that you should be sponsored by Milo?
Yeah, Milo's my favourite drink. I drink so much of that stuff. Like, I go through at least like 3 tins a week, I reckon.
If any sponsors are bloody listening, Milo's your top.
Yeah, exactly. That's like my dream sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
This is Greg Barling, my favourite YouTuber. YouTube recommended his rebuilding a dirt jump landing time-lapse video a while back, and ever since then, I've been hooked. So much so, I had to make a video about him. Greg Barling, Greg Barling, Greg Barling. He's the wizard of dirt. The dirt wizard. But instead of Gandalf at the door saying, "You shall not pass!" this is Greg Barling saying, yeah, come on down. Make sure you backflip on the way through.
Well, he tried to swear at time.
And it was in that exact moment that I knew that I had to go meet Greg Barling.
It's 7:42 a.m. and myself and Jamie are going to visit the one, the only, Greg Barling.
Hello YouTube. Bye everyone. What up YouTube? Bye everyone.
So about 2 hours into our trip, we decided to stop in front of this church because its message is pretty abrupt. Eternity is a long time to be wrong.
You'll never guess the places that I've been.
Fly South Australia.
Guess the places
Hello Victoria. How do you feel crossing into this territory with me?
It smells really bad. Victoria smells bad. And there's flies!
We're about an hour away from where Greg Barling lives. And I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. How would you feel if a dude made a video about you?
Yeah, that's nice.
Then he drove like 5 hours just to see you.
You described that in like such a creepy way.
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm a creeper now that I'm like literally trekking across the country. I've crossed states just to see this one dude. Do you reckon his parents are gonna think I'm whack?
Yeah.
He texted me and said how he's excited for the opportunity, which warmed my heart immensely. Yeah. Time will tell as to how this whole thing rolls out. We are in his hometown. We're about 3 minutes away from his house. I think, yeah, the nerves are getting a little bit strong. Just off camera, Jamie saying she was very, very excited and very, very nervous. How are you feeling now?
Nothing's changed in the last 30 seconds.
Truth be told, I was absolutely shitting myself. But it was time.
Oh my god, look, he's got the fellas here.
The boys.
Hello.
How are you, little fella?
Oh, I'm good, thanks.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
You too, bro. When you first saw my YouTube video, what'd you think?
Well, I was like kind of freaking out because I thought you're gonna like roast my channel, like, you know, iDubbbz or something like that, kind of like roast people.
What would I go into town on you for though?
Just like wasting my time like digging dirt or something.
Let's get one thing clear. I in no way thought it was a waste of my or Greg Barling's time. His dirt jumps are a work of art.
How long have you been riding bikes for?
Probably 6 years now, I'd say. Like, used to ride when I was younger, but like once a year or something, like most young kids did back in the day, like ride. But once we got to like year 7, all my mates like just started riding and that, and I kind of joined in.
The size comparison. I'm 6'2". Are you crazy, Greg? Every time you say in one of your videos, you're like, oh, I don't know if you can see at home, but it's pretty big.
Yeah.
This is pretty big. Holy shit. was getting too scared. I didn't want to go too high, I was too scared.
It's just like kind of progression, like you get bored of jumping smaller stuff and you just want to like push yourself to get better and like just keep it interesting, so you got to like make bigger things. Water's a really important thing. You need water so the dirt actually sticks and you can compact it, so you got to soak the dirt and then you kind of just stack it all up and get it all smooth, and that's basically all it is to it. Like if you want to get it nice, you just got to spend a fair bit of time just trying to get it all nice. It's like art kind of. I find it like relaxing, watering the jumps and that. Usually like have headphones in and listen to music.
The thing that gets me, Greg, is when you're like the distance between each jump. How do you reset yourself every time?
I don't know, you just kind of get the speed when you land and you just like pump through it a bit.
That's all well and good, but I wanted to go full parent on this YouTube legend and really find out the price he has to pay for these amazing jumps.
So I've broken this collarbone here 4 times. I haven't broken it in a few years and I hope it stays like that. I'll make it again. So every time I've broken it, I've gone over the handlebars and like put my arm out and just like the force just ends up breaking the collarbone. Man. And it kind of breaks easy now that I've done it so many times.
One thing that really made me curious when watching Greg Barling's content was the army of goobers he had following him around.
Some of the boys are here.
Luckily, I got to get some of these goofy goobers on camera and ask him a few questions about Greg Barling and his jumps.
My name's Daniel Plummer and I'm from Mildura.
I'm Keegan and I'm from Mildura.
Reese from Mildura.
My name's Angus. Been here my whole life, Mildura.
Greg's just a maniac.
The gaps are massive, they're tall as. These big jumps behind me, just seeing them go from like the small size that they were not pretty small, but and then they just progressed to this and now it's just going crazy.
Crazy.
I've been doing little dirt jumps, but nothing major. Nothing compared to Greg's.
Were you one of the goons that I called goons?
Yeah.
Some of the boys are here, so I'm gonna flip it now for them.
It's like the Wizard of Dirt and his goobers because his mates just seem like absolute goobs.
I was on with the blue helmet and yeah.
Describe to me that day when you just thought you'd throw water bombs at each other.
So to be honest, I thought that video would get like heaps of views and I thought it'd be a good idea to do it. And yeah, I just ordered a whole heap of water balloons off eBay, and when we went to my cousin's house, just loaded them all up on the trampoline and just, we're gonna like do some tricks and stuff with a roof into it, and then just a war broke out. Yeah, just started piffing them at each other. You get hit hard by one and just makes you get a bit aggressive, I guess. So
one thing I didn't expect when visiting Greg Barling's jumps was meeting a character that's not featured in Greg Barling's content. Someone that should be very much front and center of every video that Greg Barling makes.
God.
This bloke, Greg Barling's dad, Terry Barling.
Never went to kindergarten.
What do you mean? Like at all?
No, I failed kindergarten.
How does one fail kindergarten?
And I was lucky to get a full guided tour of the illustrious and infamous Terry's kennel, full of all quirky knickknacks you'd expect in an Australian countryman's shed.
Dad and I used to always play Xbox, like racing games.
Yeah, oh wait, so what, that you made that properly out of...
Like he made this thing and just bought the steering wheels though. Yeah, no.
And when would it break?
Yeah, I used to break steering wheels and that all the time. So yeah.
Because of frustration?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're driving that hard, you used to break it.
We used to get right into it, it was cool.
Is that alright? Grab a sticker from you? Thank you. Boom.
And with sticker in hand, there was only one more thing I needed to ask Terry Barling before we started our journey back to Adelaide.
Do you reckon his parents are going to think I'm whack?
Yeah.
No, what did you think when you saw the video that I made of?
Oh, it was brilliant.
It was alright?
Yes.
Good. So I was worried, I was like, the parents and whatnot are going to think I'm just so strange for making a video on their son.
No,
like, why?
it was brilliant. Not just Greg Barling, you Greg Barling.
And that settles it. Time to hit the road.
We're going to get out of here. I reckon. See you fellas, one of these ones before you awkwardly like, we're going to come in for a handshake, but then I almost didn't do it. Alright, see you team. See ya. Love your work. My lips are chapped. I'm thirsty as hell, but I'm excited and I'm quenched of all the Greg Barling that I needed, because that was unreal to meet the man, the myth, the legend himself in the flesh. I'm just coming down off the buzz. Jamie, how are you feeling?
I'm buzzed up.
I'm buzzed up. That was so good. His dad though, absolute bloody just an
highlight of the day.
Iconic country man. God. I'm glad that we made the trek up here. Now it's time to drive about 5 hours back home. I'm sweating. I did barely anything, and that's just the way it is. Let's get an ice cream.
Yeah.
Meeting Greg Barling and getting a tour of his jumps, family and friends really opened my eyes to the value of passion and how it changes from one person to another. I'm obviously not massively enthusiastic about dirt jumps, but Greg Barling is, and that's what got me hyped about his content in the first place. If you've got something that you believe in, 130% go for it. And who knows, you could end up with about 40,000 subscribers on YouTube for that one passion, and it can grow from there. If there's one thing you need to pull from this video, that's about it.
Time is now the time is now 9:30 p.m. We left at 7:42 this morning, 820 kilometers round trip. I just want to say a massive thank you to Greg Barling once again. You are an absolute guru, and please like and subscribe his channel, my channel, Jamie's channel. Any closing comments, Jamie, from the bathroom?
Washing all that dirt off felt so good.
She said washing all that dirt off felt so good. Bye.
I don't even know how old this bloke is. He's probably like 18, 17. Greg Barling, how old are you?
Greg Barling, how old actually are you?
69.